As I explained in the Sentinel last week, the Session of St. Stephen has adopted a COVID-19 plan that lays out the way the church is to provide services now and how those services will become more open to the public in the future. I'm here today to tell you a bit more about that plan, but also to let you know that the staff, with Session's approval, is hoping to start having new weekly evening outdoor worship starting Sunday, July the 12th. Now, I need to say first off that this is very heavily dependent on the status of the COVID-19 threat over the next couple of weeks here in Texas. As you know, we've experienced a very severe spike in cases since reopening businesses. As this develops, we may need to reconsider this plan for outdoor worship. Presently, though, our thought is to have an event that combines worship and fellowship by gathering us in the shaded amphitheater area between the Scout Hut and the Education Building. They're behind my office, out my office window. Attendance will need to be small in order to maintain social distancing. Bringing and wearing masks will be required. Following the service, children will be invited to play on the front lawn, and an ice cream truck will be available. Also, of course, social distancing practiced there as well. The service itself will begin at 6 p.m. It'll be informal with performed music, prayer, scripture, and a brief meditation. People are asked to bring a picnic blanket or a folding chair to follow instructions about where to sit. Also, please understand, we will need to turn folks away to go around to the front of the building once we sort of reach critical capacity for our worship venue. At present, it looks like we can accommodate up to 50 in that area, safety depending on a number of factors. Now, we hope this can be a good way for families, couples, and individuals to worship and fellowship with their St. Stephen friends. We will continue to update you as the date approaches, including letting you know if the event is canceled or postponed due to the heightened COVID-19 concerns. Now, an important part of the St. Stephen COVID-19 plan is to strongly urge and advise those who are in the at-risk category, those over 65 or with underlying health conditions, to avoid any public gatherings, including worship. If you are at risk and you're thinking of coming to this or any public event at St. Stephen during the coronavirus crisis, we strongly urge you to consult with your family and with your doctor. Because we value your health and safety, St. Stephen will continue to offer video worship throughout the pandemic, no matter what other public worship options might be available. If you're having difficulty accessing our worship or our other online offerings, we can help with that. The St. Stephen Communications Committee, headed by Peggy Kennedy, is glad to provide assistance and training with our website and our video conferencing. We've sent contact information via an e-blast, or you can also contact Ann at the church office at 817-927-8411, and she can pass that information along to you. But we want you to be able to use these resources, and we're glad to help train and make that available for you. Now, let me give you some information about the St. Stephen COVID-19 plan generally. Rather than lay out a timeline for a return to public worship in the sanctuary, it sets the conditions under which that will happen. It is a phased plan based on a steady decline in the rate of infection in Tarrant County, which is what is recommended by the Centers for Disease Control. When the county has shown a steady rate of decline for 2 weeks or more, and if certain other conditions are met, we will return to public sanctuary worship. Even then, it will not be worship as we are used to it. There will be limited seating, masking, social distancing. There will be no congregational singing, since singing has proven to spread the virus quite a bit more than talking. As we start reopening for public worship, we will not be able to have more than 100 people or so in the sanctuary for a service. Because of this, we will likely offer more than one service per Sunday. Now, other aspects of worship will remain the same. There will still be music and even some choral and solo singing, liturgy, sermon. Communion will likely be taken using individualized communion packets. Childcare will be limited, and as I mentioned, we strongly urge those who are over 65 or have underlying health conditions to wait until a later date or check in with their families and their doctors before coming to public worship. Now, since at this time we are in a situation of substantial infection in Tarrant County, for now we are not having public indoor worship. Weddings and funerals can take place indoors with up to 20 people. There are also outdoor options for those kinds of events. We'll continue to reassess our decision about public worship every month, and we will let you know as soon as a decision has been made to reopen for sanctuary worship. As the county's infection rate continues to decline, the plan allows for the church to open for more and more events. Until the coronavirus threat is fully addressed, St. Stephen will require masks and social distancing at all church events on campus or off. As you know, masks have proven extremely effective in reducing the spread of COVID-19. Masks offer some protection to the wearer, but they mainly protect other people from us. The risk, of course, is that anybody can have the virus for up to 14 days without being aware of it. So masks provide a key way of protecting others when we do not realize that we ourselves are a threat. Masking is an act of love for our neighbors. And consequently, it is an act of Christian discipleship and should be practiced in any public venue, not just at the church. Now, the St. Stephen COVID plan includes an infection control plan for if it turns out that somebody has been in the building and is in the building and showing symptoms. It also includes a method of contact tracing should we discover after the fact that someone with COVID-19 has attended worship. It follows CDC, state, and county guidance, and in addition, consults the plans of other states, our own insurance company, and of the bishops of the Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana synods of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America, the Presbyterian Church USA, and the World Council of Churches. We hope you'll take a moment to review the plan on the website. Please continue to keep St. Stephen, Texas, the nation, and this entire world in your prayers as we weather this unforeseen moment in world history together. God bless you all. God bless St. Stephen. God bless our community, our nation, and the world. Thank you.